level, not an individual level.
At the state,
Nullification is at
that's
the
fine.
level.
They can do all sorts of stuff. I'm saying the only way to fix it is we know that this has been abused, and so the fix is if you get 66 or 34 of the states that say this Supreme Court ruling is wrong, then by the Constitution of the United States, it is no longer the highest land.
I would actually possibly support that amendment after careful review of the verbiage, but again, I have 8 pages here of socialist and fascist organizations that are all... No, you're not. I checked very carefully.
No, show ID to vote, right there. So what? We've had communists and everything as part of this country from the beginning.
But they are pushing for a constitutional convention because they want to destroy the Constitution.
Well, and to be clear, and to state clearly, the people in this room are of goodwill. They want to solve problems in America.
These folks aren't.
Well,
so
I understand, but I'm just saying the people in this
majority
room
of the Democrats
are of goodwill and are looking
aren't
and we're
wanting to
trying to
solve
figure out
this
how to fix the problems, and we're, that's why we're having this discussion. I just had a question. Actually, I thought of this. Is the infringement upon the Second Amendment, is that nullification?
I'm sorry, what?
The infringement on the Second Amendment, gun laws.
Yes.
Is that nullification by the states?
The states should nullify, and some of the states...
Well, they're state gun laws.
There are state gun laws, and frankly, those are unconstitutional as well.
But are they an example of nullification in reverse?
I'm just asking.
The 14th Amendment, which was passed, allows the federal government to determine fair and equal treatment.
No,
that's one of the provisions that.
If we read the 14th Amendment, it wasn't to apply to today. The 14th Amendment
I'm not arguing that point. The 14th Amendment, it's there and it is applied. If they didn't want it, they put an expiration date on it. They didn't do it.
Well, it was
consequently that is still with us. And by the way, you're all missing the point. The point is the idiots that we vote for that are doing all this would just be replaced by another bunch of idiots. And if you want to know the source of the problem, I found out 2 months ago. I meet once a month with my old college buddies. And one of them is a retired school teacher. And he, quite frankly, said something that was frightening. He says, you, because he knows my politics, lost when 40-some-odd years ago, we decided to take over the schools.
Yeah.
And now, reverse us, you're going to have to double that time. And you know something? He's right.
Yes.
Yeah, you talk about who knows the Constitution today? The good nuns made me write it out longhand about 200 times. Not for academic purposes, disagreement on definitions of my behavior at the time. By the time I got into the 8th grade, I could write it without opening the book.
What I will tell you is that if you do talk to kids, especially teenagers who are feeling a little bit of, pushing against authority, you can get to them easily by saying, they'll be griping about that. Oh, don't you just hate it when that teacher tells you you have to do this? Or don't you just hate it when your mom says you can't go to the mall because you have to go? Yeah. So you really hate it when people tell you what to do, right? Yeah. So why do you want to let the government tell you what to do?
Are we all good?
Now, if you became a teacher, you could put them in anarchists now.
I'm trying to spread that message to every classroom.
No, I'm not disagreeing. That's a good message. But we lost that battle over 40 years ago, apparently.
I don't think teaching kids that you can disrespect or disobey the law is a good social
I didn't say that I was telling them to disregard the law or to disobey the law. I'm getting them with they don't like being told what to do. And the government is telling them more and more what to do. Do you like that?
So let's have an Article 5 convention and amend it so that the government will not.
Think of the laws and not just be like, oh, apathetic, and be like, oh, this is the law, it should be followed. It's like saying, is this law doing good? Is this legal for the Constitution?
As long as a court defines something as legal, you have to go back and make the restrictions on the court bigger. You have to.
Can I throw something about the Gruber comment about the stupidity of America?
Yes.
I would be somewhat enthusiastic about your position on nullification if and only if the average American person is well informed and could rally behind their state to get something done at the state level. Because the average American is completely uninformed. I mean, 60–70% of Americans have no earthly idea what's going on to them. They're the consent of the victim, the sanction of the victim. They're absolutely blind about what's going on in their federal government. I have to side with the
But you
convention
see,
states.
I take everything you say and say that that is one of the factors that makes an Article 5 convention so
Dangerous.
very dangerous.
No, it doesn't. The American Revolution had less than 30% of Americans wanted independence.
That's a myth. We're disputed.
30% fought, and 40% didn't really care.
That's myth.
I've read it in about 10 different places.
This gentleman has a question over here.
Right. Say we go into this convention, okay? 2 years down the road, we find out it's corrupt as our government is right now. What's our recourse? What do we do then?
There is none.
The recourse is that 14 states vote no on the amendment.
If they
But what if
propose
they're so
amendments.
corrupted?
The purpose of it, when you call it is, you can use the word constitutional convention all you want, but it's not. The Constitution calls it an Article 5 convention of the states.
It's a convention of the states.
To amend the Constitution. Amending, yes, it changes if you want to do Black's Law, but again, Black wrote that at the height of the progressive movement in 1895. So I'm going to go with Joseph's story.
Tom, we start off with the convention.
Yeah.
The way you outlined it, right? And we're going to have 5 ideas that are going to become part of this convention?
Right?
Maybe two.
5 ideas, you might have 2, you might have 10, you might have 20.
And I'm saying, 2 years in, it's going bad. And it's going to take freedoms away. And it's going to ruin this
Any faster
beautiful
than
country
today?
of ours.
Any faster than today?
I'll take the risk.
I'm just saying, we get into it, what's the recourse? What's to stop that train?
14 votes. Because it's not, if they have 2 or 10 or 20, each one is voted on separately. So the recourse is 14 votes. We can sit back and we can worry about that, or we can try nullification, we can try all these other things, but until we actively educate the public and get a group of activists to go, fine. Do I expect Massachusetts? No. I would think, though, that Massachusetts, we have a lot of representatives and senators that look really good with their pictures oil painted in Washington, D.C. They might actually want to have term limits. Okay? There are some common ground thing, and if 25 states actually came up and put in the same package in front of Congress, and now and 30 states got there, and they're so close, they've got 30 states. You don't think Congress is going to try to do something to keep their power? I think they would.